taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Probably the biggest fucking news of this whole week was finally Tank and Ryan Garcia came to an agreement. Woo! You know, so basically, I mean, we all know that, you know, these two are on different platforms and stuff like that. You know, Ryan Garcia with Golden Boy and Tank, who actually we don't really know. Technically, he's supposed to be a free agent. They say, oh, he's still with Floyd, but then, you know, but then Tank badmouths Floyd and Leonard Ellaby and text and then
deletes it. So
yeah, he kind of kept this tweet up a little longer than normal.
Yeah, I don't think he deleted it yet. That one tweet.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. It kind of, I guess it gives it more significance.
Kind of,
right.
A little.
I guess so, but it's because, you know, he's notorious, like, you know, he pop shits and then, you know, deletes it, and it got to people where now people, like, as soon as they post anything, they screenshot
it. Like, hold on, get it.
Right.
He said, letter Ellaby was there telling his mom and everybody. He felt like, yo, man, Rolly gonna not take out.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, So that's like some Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shit, because, you know, or, you know, because Ellaby be on some, oh yeah, you know, Tank will never leave us, blah 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 blah, which is a misunderstanding. But if Tank's saying that he's really doing that, that's foul as fuck. You know, so like, you know, like I said, Ellaby, you know, Ellaby be saying some nonsense sometimes. Like, you know, it's like it's hard to take it's hard to take what he says seriously, because, you know, it's on some bullshit. Like
certain things he'll be on the level on, and you'll get a real opinion. But then certain shit, it's like,
yeah,
he going promoter, you know, bullshitter mode.
Promoter shill, like, but yeah, once every 5 statements he made, once every 9 statements he made.
Yeah, I mean,
but I feel like Hearn is worse when it comes to that promoter used car seller mode.
I mean, they're both. But
they both go. All these motherfuckers do, actually.
Right, but with Ellaby, you know, most people like to take Ellaby what he says as gospel, when it's clearly like, you know, motherfuckers like, hey,
nah, he got his agenda too.
Yeah, he has an agenda too. He has a lot of agendas. You know, so it's just like it's fucked up too. If that's what he's telling his Tank's folks, that this Roller's gonna knock him out, I was like, that's fucked up, because, you know, because it's like, okay, that doesn't lend enough credence to the fact that, hey, you know, Tank's gonna sign with us, and saying all this shit in the, you know, in the post fight conference and shit like that. Like, nah, bro, you just capping, like, hard, you know, because Tank ain't fucking with you.
Yo.
Yeah, so we got, you know, so I think the biggest news is they solved the whole broadcaster agreement in this case, which if they, you know, well, this fight will be on pay-per-view, but then both Showtime and then DAZN would be able to offer it.
Yes, but there's no. The good news is it's basically a Showtime-led event, because DAZN will not be involved in the production. Thank God.
Yeah, it would have, because DAZN be fucking up the damn big fight experience. The commentary's the worst.
There's gonna be no DAZN commentary option.
Oh, no.
I hope
no.
DAZN's just putting it on their app so that you can see it. That's it.
Because they don't know how to just stick with Chris Algieri and maybe fucking Moro, or just one other person to leave it. They always gotta add Maddox, this nigga, that nigga, switch to like that's just
Grisham,
Grisham, like, nah, we good on all of that.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, so I mean, either way, that was a huge obstacle, because it was like, we were all wondering, like, you know, it was like, you know, Tank is like, how's this was going to go down?
Why couldn't they do this for Charlo and Mid-Gia? Like, they could have done the same thing.
Because Tank and Ryan they're, you know, name one.
Nah, they could have done the same thing, but you know what it is? I think they, like, Charlo and Mid-Gia don't make enough money.
Yeah, that basically.
But no, it would have made money, but it's not gonna make Tank and Ryan money. But another thing too, I think Ryan wanted to smoke more than Mid-Gia did.
Oh yeah,
I think we're forgetting that.
I agree with that.
Ryan really wanted this fight.
Like Ryan been wanting this. Munguia don't really want to fight nobody.
Mm-hmm.
What was some shit I heard? He said something about what see you in May, Golovkin. I'm like, what now? Like,
now?
What?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Now? Like the fuck? Like
What kind of
you
shit?
worse than you been.
Right.
And it's not helping that. So I heard that Eric Morales had a space on Twitter talking about, you know, Munguia and that, and I guess the fans were asking him like, how come Munguia doesn't fight? How come he didn't fight Andre or Adames? And he's like, well, those guys don't make any money. They're not ticket sellers. I'm like, oh my god,
Nigga named Coria we never heard of and had to Google. Fuck out.
yeah. Like I'm not gonna spend this time going on Munguia because this is not what it's about. But I'm just saying, like, there's gonna be a time for that. But
the worst part is Morales is saying that when he's a guy who's made good money and he's made good fights with just about everybody, like Eric Morales fight was an experience because he would just go all out against anybody. Like you could pick a nigga off the street and be like, "Look, man, punch Morales in the face," and he'll do it. And Morales, you would think Morales will go cold cock to him? Nah, he's gonna box fight this guy and make it a big event. Like,
hell
it's crazy. And so now he has a guy who has similar ability, has a bigger size, all that shit you could want. And it's like you're on the training wheels. And I think if Morales is saying that shit, I feel like he just bought already. Like it's just like, hey, I don't want to see this guy lose because then they might blame it on me and I'm out of the camp. So I want to keep getting these checks. So yeah, y'all got any YouTubers or this nigga, that nigga, any bub y'all want him to fight, you know, hey, be my guest.
no, I'm done talking about this. We've given him too much ring gang time already for this.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a nutshell, Tank Ryan is like the biggest fight you can make under 147. I mean, 160. It doesn't matter. I think.
I mean, there are people.
This is the biggest fight.
There are people that have said that
I think I said the other day. This is the biggest fight you can make with two Americans.
People have been saying that this is actually bigger than Spence and Crawford.
It is.
We've been saying that for like the last year or two.
No, but I mean, other people like yes, we have. But
like, because ring gang be up on shit before a lot of you other motherfuckers.
That sentiment has been echoed, in over recently has been pretty echoed. Like,
but it's been the case for the past year.
Are catching on.
Yeah, it's been the case.
Now people see, because look, this year is called the Great Awakening. Because a lot of shit that motherfucking I've been saying for years, niggas is awakening to.
Mm-hmm.
Spence Crawford is not as big as motherfuckers wanted to be, and it had an expiration, and people are seeing it expire before their eyes.
Right.
Yeah. The milk has gone bad.
Yeah. And it's like it's gonna be hard for them to, to get back what was their selling point, especially when Crawford already has a fight set, and then Spence is still being bandied around, but now it looks like it might be, one Keith Thurman. Now it's really pointing to that where Stanley Amos was, Stanley Amos pretty much stepped aside for nothing, pretty much.
Oh well, I don't care.
Hey, that's the game, man. That's the game.
But with Tank, but Tank Garcia, again the broadcaster, and also I think now they said it's 136-pound catch weight to this fight. So,
1 pound catch weight. That's always some stupid shit.
Which is like, and I said this the other day on Twitter. I'm like, this is stupid because like, why is it a 136-pound catch weight? If you can make 136, you can make 135. Where's the sense in that?
I think they could have just had the catch weight at 137 and been done with it.
Yeah, 137 makes more sense than.
But 136, really?
Yeah, that makes no sense. But
that's like that Canelo when he did with Chavez. He did it at 166.5 or some stupid.
Oh no,
shit.
164. It was 164.
164. Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, and fucking Chavez looked like thinner. Broad probably had all types of definition, but he was dead in the ring because he left everything on the fucking scales. The 136 catch weight was odd, but at least in this particular case, it wouldn't be for the GameStop belt, which which of course I'm notorious for I can't ignore it because it aggravates me so much.
It's just crazy that this fight's so fucking big. There's no belt on the line. It's like
right, yeah.
We're moving away from
saying, "Oh, belts don't matter," so
they don't matter in this. Look, the YouTuber niggas is already showing y'all that belts don't matter, and to be honest, belts stopped mattering back after Barrera beat Hamed. Because remember, he was going around beating niggas and he didn't care about the belts. Like, the belts don't matter. It's the opponent. And people are seeing that. And you know who else is seeing it? Crawford fans. Because now they're realizing that no one gives a fuck what this nigga did in all these other weight classes because he ain't fighting nobody.
Well, I'm not gonna go into no Crawford shit right now.
No, I'm going in on all you motherfuckers. Fuck that, nigga. I'm going on all that because all of this shit comes back to Tank Garcia.
Well, I mean,
all the YouTubers fighting, all the big fights not happening. Then you got two young motherfuckers come and make a fight, and it just shuts down everything. It's literally the biggest fight in boxing you can make, and we got all the biggest women's fights, so it's about time the men stepped up.
Right, yeah, but like I said, with Tank Garcia, it's nice that they made it, but obviously I'm still not gonna forget, Ryan Garcia not wanting to take his title shot or fighting everyone except the actual fucking champions in this division. So I can't ignore that. I'm too old school for that. Like, you're not.
Yeah, but I don't care now that they made the fight.
Yeah, now
I can keep saying Crawford's doing the right thing and he ain't making no fucking fight I want to see yet either, right?
But with this particular case, because I've been critical of both Tanks and Garcia's opponents, I'm like, it's like,
of course, just like I'm critical of Crawford, but one nigga all I'm saying is like, there's two niggas we've been critical of certain niggas and they stepped up. We've been critical of some other niggas and they're stepping away. Crawford, Munguia, Chris Eubank, who else?
Andrade.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of coughing, naming fighters under your breath. Too many to name.
Yeah, it's a lot of, but I could do that though, I'll name a whole list of these motherfuckers.
But pretty much now it was the fight now because they're running out because you can't sell any because when you have the run of opponents that they have without them actually facing champions, people gotta demand they gotta face somebody. So this is why this fight came about, and it's good that it came about. But now, the fight is not signed yet. While the agreement and the catchweight is in stone, both these guys have quote unquote tune-ups. Ryan Garcia's is going to be 2 weeks after the Tanks fight, but the opponent hasn't been announced yet.
They're saying Maxi Hughes, but that's what I'm just
if we're keeping it real, only one. One of them isn't facing a tune-up. One of them isn't a tune-up.
Yeah.
There's another Garcia that's not really a tune-up.
It's a Garcia that when you be like, "Mom, I want McDonald's," like we got McDonald's at home. It's that Garcia.
Yes,
but that Garcia might be a top 10 fighter this year with a couple wins though, to be honest.
Yeah, Hector Luis.
Low key, he could be fighter of the year.
He's in the top 5, top 7 of that mix. honestly.
Top 3. Who else got a better fighter of the year besides Bivol than he did?
I picked Shakur over him, but
see, Shakur Stevenson didn't have no fucking fame. He was no underdog.
That's true.
If Chocolatito beats Estrada, you kind of have to put him up.
Yeah, I give it to him. That's the only way I could put him above. What's his name?
Hector Luis.
Hector Luis.
Now I know, but before I go into my feelings about that, P, we have a poll on that. If you'd be so kind to
absolutely. So let's get into that, man. So we got the Garcias, the battle of the Garcias, but we got to get through one Garcia before we get to the other Garcia. So we got to know, what's your approval rating for Tank Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia in January? Is it thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, or thumbs down? We got 44 votes so far. Keep voting. 86% said thumbs up. 9% said thumbs in the middle, and 5% said thumbs down. So the people have spoken. Overwhelming majority say thumbs up. Except for, a few stragglers, pat.
Yes, I am
haters.
I am one of the.
I had thumbs in the middle. Thanks for that option.
Okay.
Thumbs in the middle. Like, I don't know, King P, what'd you vote?
Oh, what you think I voted? Thumbs up. Like, come on.
Okay, thumbs up, nigga. Okay.
Come on.
But we got motherfucking thumbs down and thumbs in the middle. Like, hold on, we gonna start with Pilot. Pilot, why thumbs in the middle?
See, that's the weird thing. Like, why the middle?
Because there's a couple of variables. Like, Tank is notorious lately for pulling people up from lower weights to go higher, which Hector Luis no, hear me out. Can I say my piece? Hector Luis is a capable fighter. Again, he's been like a top 10 fighter this year with his 2 wins, but he's still coming up in weight. And he's big. He's relatively big for 130, but he's moving up in weight against, it's a thumbs in the middle.
I just want to say
that's really a thumbs in the middle for that. Like,
I was going
really?
to say, Hector, like, we keep saying, like, Hector, we try to play it like Hector's small. Hector is not small. Seen there's a picture of him standing next to Broadway Joel. Shout out to Broadway. And Broadway is 6'1". And, like, Hector's not that much shorter than him. I would say Hector's, like, big, like 5'9". Like, he's not a small dude. Like,
no, he's not.
He's bigger than.
He's bigger than fucking JoJo Diaz, who taking all these hard fights.
Absolutely. So yeah, this whole like, we're dragging him up like he's a small guy. Come on now.
Nah.
Well, they said Barrios was a small guy for Thurman too.
Oh my gosh.
No.
But yeah. All right. Thumbs in the middle. Okay. So.
Yeah, you get a side eye from me though.
Now it's the other guy that
the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy. Now, why don't I like this fight? It's simple, and I mentioned this before, and I don't like it. Pilot mentioned it. I don't like the thought of someone who's a current champion at 130. All of a sudden now it's being pulled up instead of using instead of using a lightweight. Like I can't stand. And the reason why is because I saw what happened with Isak Cruz and Ramirez, and I didn't like that.
Wait a minute. Come on now.
No, I don't want to hear.
Hector Luis is way better than Gervonta.
I do not like super featherweights being used as spotter for lightweight because they don't want to make the type of fights in their own lightweight.
At least it wasn't Morris, but let me ask you this. Out of the 3 Dominicans that, PBC can offer, whether it be De Los Santos or Puello at 140 with that title, what would you rank it in terms of Tank's difficulty of those fights? Between Garcia, Puello, and De Los Santos?
They're all 3 different divisions. Why would I pick 3 different divisions?
Well, answer the question.
What would you pick? I mean, what's the hardest fight from between those 3?
I don't know, probably De Los Santos. He punches the hardest. He's actually in his actual division. He punches harder than both of them. So it's like, De Los Santos would probably be the hardest one. And
but Hector's the best boxer of the 3. So
Rolly punches hard too. Fuck.
Rolly's a caveman. De Los Santos is
exactly. Well, that doesn't take away from the point. That doesn't take away. From the point.
Yeah, either way, I mean, my point is I don't like to see PBC super featherweights being pulled up to be PBC lightweight candidate fight. I do not like it.
And our point is, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And
that's your.
You just be grumpy and you hate every fucking thing.
I said, Tank. I'm very critical about Tank's opponents. It's not going to stop now until I actually see some until I see some real lightweight shit going on for this nigga.
Oh my god!
I will.
Let me ask you this, Pat.
My patience is worn. My patience is worn thin.
Who you think?
Shit.
Who you think Tank could have fought instead of this Garcia in a realistic fight that could have been made in this time and everything? Who would you have liked to see him fight?
Two of the
asked me
guys
to go through. You asked me to go through the whole lightweight.
Mind you, a lot of the lightweights are busy.
are tied up
That's exactly why I was asking him.
because the two options PBC have would be Michelle Rivera and Frank Martin, but obviously they're
fighting each other. So
Which is better because if the winner fights Tank, you don't have a motherfucker complaining and say, "Oh, you don't have a real lightweight. You're not fighting somebody young. He ain't doesn't." I mean, this is the thing. I feel like Pat. You know, I see where he's coming from. I see where Pat is coming from. I just feel like sometimes y'all niggas nitpick a little too much.
No, I'm consistent. I really don't like this fight.
You consistently nitpick, nigga. That's my point.
Yeah, see, you have
Like-
because your case is I like because you just want to see a good fight. Me, I gotta have some. You gotta.
That's what I'm thinking. Exactly, nigga. Because I'm a caveman, motherfucker. I just want to see a good fight. Like I don't.
And you got like because in order for me to respect you, I gotta see you moving right. And if I don't think you're moving right, I don't want. I don't want to see.
See, I don't get and all that shit. That's like the niggas who be like, "Well, I want to say she a dime, but she might have an attitude." I'm like, nigga, we don't care about her personality.
Well, in my case,
she looks good, right?
It works to see who I actually throw support behind, who I actually big up. So
see, that's that extra shit. Like no one just give a fuck about all that.
Like I'm tired. Like I'm from the old school. Like niggas used. I never used to have these conversations with niggas, bruh.
Like, I'm old school too, nigga. Like
we praise Oscar for doing shit that he like he was doing 3 times a fucking year in his prime. Like when these niggas are moving the way they are, like nah, bruh, I cannot lighten up on this. Like niggas need to fight better. Niggas need to move better. Like that's how I feel.
And see, if you feel like that, it's like you'll never be happy at boxing.
Or I am happy with boxing. I'm just not happy with certain niggas. That's the problem. Like this generation.
Yeah, but when boxing gets too full of those certain niggas, look how you gonna sound then.
Well, I hope the guy that does not ever happen that way.
And it's been happening. It's happening now.
Well, like I said though, Tank is not. Tank and Ryan Garcia, they're not like they make the fight great, but they're not. It doesn't excuse them for the shit that I think that they haven't been doing. That they should have.
But that's the thing. Nobody's trying to excuse them. We're just happy they making a fight where you got old fucks like Crawford and Spence can't get shit right.
Right, but like I said, but this the tune-up fight where Tank is facing a super featherweight. Like,
the Tank ain't fighting a tune-up. I don't call somebody who's having fight of the year consideration, won a title, did an upset. And he moves up the fight, so I don't consider him being a tune-up for somebody.
Well, that's how it's going to see because he's fighting a super feather. Oh, he's nice. I know who Garcia is, but literally it's like he's not fighting. It's like no one knows.
You're too worried about a BS. You're too worried about.
I'm not worried. I'm just telling you what it is.
You're basing all of this on a BS narrative that people might throw out. Like,
it's narrative. Exactly.
It's not
a narrative. It's the truth. What are you talking about?
Hold on, what's the truth?
That he's fighting somebody that's not a lightweight. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's the fucking truth.
It's truth.
Yeah, but that still don't take away from the quality of the opponent.
And then, we got Rome on here. Salute Rome saying, Rome said Tank has advantage off rip. Pat is right. It's a tune-up.
It's not.
It's not a tune-up.
It's kind of a tune-up. Yeah, it is kind of.
It's not a tune-up. Like, oh my
God, y'all niggas. And Pilot, you ain't on cold now, nigga.
But I'm saying,
it's your dark ass over there, nigga. Fuck out of here.
It's a tune-up. I mean,
like I said, if Tank had actually fought, like,
dude, I wish Canelo took a tune-up like fucking Hector Garcia.
No. Actually, I mean, for Tank standards, this is better. But I mean, it is.
No. We're talking about two elite fighters because I'm hearing Canelo's talking about a tune-up, but y'all told me Golovkin was a tune-up for the last 4 years. So if one person gonna get a tune-up, everybody starts getting tune-ups, and then we're gonna have Pat complaining all the time.
I never thought Triple G was a tune-up, but I know people said that. But
nigga, like 80% of boxing said he was a tune-up. Before the Murata fight, niggas was like, man, Canelo gonna knock Golovkin out.
Before
the old motherfucker.
Before the Bivol fight.
Yeah, before both those fights.
And Rome just asked, how many lightweight fights Buddy had previously? Garcia, to my none, I don't think.
Because he never earned a fucking lightweight big super fight before. That's why. he earned. I mean, this is see. Okay, so y'all don't think Hector Garcia earned this fight?
He did, and that's the thing. He earned it.
Like, that's why I can't be mad at it. Like, I don't get it. Like,
yeah, it's like the Eduardo Ramirez comparison is a reach. Like,
no, it's not.
No,
a reach.
no, no,
I
it's
don't
no,
like
that's
seeing,
a reach.
Yeah,
It's a
when
reach.
you're being, like you're a top 130 fighter. You could be putting a better fight shit, and then you're put okay, yeah, Isaac Cruz, because Isaac Cruz doesn't want to really fight anyone worth a damn.
First off, Hector Luis is a way better fighter than Eduardo Ramirez. Come on.
The common ground is a super feather is being brought up to face a fucking lightweight again.
A top 4 at worst lightweight. People put Tank as a top 2, 3. You know, some people have him first. I'm just saying, he's literally a top.
Wait. Who's all that lightweight? Hold on. Got Haney's the champ. Then who's
Haney,
number
Shakur,
2?
Loma, and Tank.
Haney, Shakur, Loma, Tank.
That's the 4.
Yeah, that's about right. So wait. So a number 4 lightweight going against number 2 junior lightweight, 4 at best. Is that really?
That's what I'm saying. For me, at least, it's not a bad fight, but it's not a full thumbs up because of the main reason why Pat's saying.
But it sounds like it's 2 top tier guys in their division fighting each other.
In different divisions, yeah.
Yeah. But it's the same if they're the 2 top guys meeting in one division.
I mean, for me, at least, I'd rather see Garcia.
Are they gonna fight at 138?
I'd rather see Garcia actually, fight super feathers. There's there's something.
Okay. What fight you want to see Hector Garcia fight?
Yeah, what's his big 130 fight? That
He's probably gonna fight. He's probably gonna fight the Ray Vargas or Shecky Foster winner. For a unification, because there's a title line for that fight.
And what's not and he can do that after he fights.
He's gonna do it after, probably, no matter either way.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping that. Like, damn, y'all niggas is the hardest niggas to please.
Yeah, like this is a whole but.
No, this is not like varsity versus junior varsity.
Yeah, no,
what the fuck?
It's a horrible.
I'd rather have Tank just. I don't know. It's a dangerous fight. I mean, it is kind of a dangerous fight. That's why I put the thumbs in the middle, because it's not like it's a walk.
So you can't say kinda with everything. Like, y'all niggas be on.
Well, let's put it this way: if Garcia wipes his ass with fucking Tank, in a way that's like it was one sided, then I'll concede that I'm actually wrong. But I'm not. I know what's going to happen.
Garcia has a chin. Yes,
we all know what's
gonna
happen.
Quick hands, I don't know if Rolly could fucking make Tank have to dig in his bag, and if Rolly could win 3,
carrying them, bro, like Floyd did Conor.
Nah, Tank, no, stop.
Him, bro. Come on.
Hold on, wait, nigga, chill with these takes, nigga. Like, hold on, like, I'm about to question why the fuck you here with this shit, like,
Rolly.
Dude, Rolly was literally winning rounds off that. That fight was like 4-2, 3 up or whatever.
Yeah. 4-2, 3-3.
Exactly. That's still bad, nigga. That's Rolly. This is coming from a guy that takes it is a motherfucker in the gym who looks weird as fuck, and he learns how to do one thing right, and then he thinks he's nicer than everybody. That's the nigga that won 3-4 rounds off of him. In his own words.
Got a point.
So I mean, come on, fam. I'm just saying, dog. If Rolly could fucking look, he made Rolly such a believer in boxing him that Rolly wants that fight again.
Among other things.
I mean, he said he wanted to fight Spence, but Spence told him he don't fight tune-ups.
Yeah.
Now that's a fucking tune-up. But fucking Hector Garcia ain't no goddamn tune-up for no Tank. Matter of fact, Hector Garcia is his best opponent since fucking what? Leo Santa Cruz?
I mean, all I know is if I see like a
And we're talking about stature.
I mean, all I know is if I see like a second, third round knockout for Tank because of this, I'm just gonna be like, yeah.
Nah, Tank get mad credit if he fucking bodies Garcia like in 3 rounds.
Yeah, all I know is
That's pretty much he's doing what the last 2 fighters were supposed to do.
Yeah, the lightweight is good. It bodies the super feather. That's what's happening. And then, and then
The lightweight is bodying the junior lightweight that moved up to lightweight and who should probably be fighting at lightweight because he's a big motherfucker.
You talk about Barrios?
No, I'm talking about fucking Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia look like he could fight at light. That nigga's like 5'10", 5'9". Like, fuck out of here.
Well, the problem is he's not a lightweight. He's a super featherweight. So yeah.
The problem is he will be a lightweight when he fights Tank.
Yeah, he may be in the future, but right now that's what I see. So like I said, hey, knock yourself out. Knock him out, and then we'll see who Ryan Garcia is going to face, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like who Ryan Garcia is going to face either.
Nah. Ryan going to fight an absolute bum, and I'm going to laugh because it's going to make you upset because see, you should have been appreciated when Tank was fighting that clearly legit comp.
They're saying it's gonna be Maxie Hughes, that UK guy or whatever.
Yeah, who has 5 knockouts and no real power, but can outbox him if things go.
Hey, he going to sleep. Stop that. Yeah. Like, this
is what they're doing. They're matching up these guys with boxers. So if it goes to the cards and these niggas look bad, they can finesse a decision and save the fight.
Exactly.
If Garcia and Maxie Hughes were punchers, these niggas wouldn't get the fights. And Garcia is a puncher enough to me.
He's got pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Garcia is a puncher. Yeah.
But that's why it's a good fight.
Ryan versus Maxi Pad is not a good fight, and y'all are complaining about the other one. That's actually a good fight.
They're both the same levels.
And no, they're not the same.
They're not. No, they're not.
I don't really like either.
That's like saying Gotti Ward is the same level as Vasquez Marquez.
I mean, just because one fight is bad doesn't mean the other fight is good. I don't like either fight.
I mean, no. You could not like either fight, but one of them is clearly bad and the other one is not.
Yeah.
Well, that's
what I'm posting. And this is why,
I'm
certain people's boxing. Yeah, exactly. That's why certain people's boxing eyes stand above others, because we can look at things without the bias.
Yeah, but the results, though, usually the ones that I really focus in are usually the ones that really come true.
Nigga, we have a boxing podcast and we talk boxing we focus on all of them shits.
Yeah, like I said, if Garcia beats Tank, and Pat was wrong. he was capable enough. Hughes shouldn't beat Ryan Garcia, but if he does, then I'm just gonna laugh because he had a title shot, but didn't want it because he didn't want to get his head boxed off. So same shits.
They were saving him for this moment, man. These niggas too fragile. If Garcia would have lost that Haney back then, we never get this fight. That nigga would have probably retired.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But, I feel Garcia, the first loss he get, he will fucking retire. He'll be like, go back to being an influencer or whatever the fuck.
And I feel like a lot of these niggas know that. There's a lot of these boxers. I feel like the first loss, they'll retire. So it's like you kind of just see what career you can give them.
That's Ryan. I could see Ryan. Retiring after Tank puts him to sleep.
Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of boxers out there that's just parading around, and they're one loss from just quitting. Mm-hmm. Ryan's just the most popular one, but there's others.
Yeah, but Ryan's the most high profile one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, honestly, because if Ryan, I mean, it would be a surprise to me if Ryan Garcia suddenly turns into like a fade-friendly fighter who really wants to be great and really wants to be champion. Be like, I'll be like, okay, well, damn.
Yeah. I mean, he better do something because he has a chance in this fight. He can't be 5'10" or whatever. You can't lose to no midget nigga. You got power, like nah.
Yeah, and of course, like I said, that fight, I mean, tentatively, I think it's like scheduled for like April or something like that. Should they get past their January fights, so it's gonna be on pay-per-view, of course, as we mentioned before, and then also Tank versus Garcia is also on pay-per-view for whatever fucking reason. Yeah, too many people.
Hector Garcia and Tank is pay-per-view.
You know it. Yeah, you know it.
Yep, it's pay-per-view.
Yeah, that makes sense. You fighting a junior lightweight champion.
Nigga, if you don't be quiet with that.
Y'all niggas some haters. That's why boxing the way it is, because the haters be having the most energy that disrupt the sport.
No, I think past like me, we know like Tank should be, like a lot of fans, Tank's opposition.
I don't know. These fans didn't vote on the fucking poll because niggas, y'all in the minority. With your thumbs down and your kind of thumb sideways.
Well, I'm not wishy-washy. I know I don't like this shit, so it's like...
I'm just saying, y'all in the minority. Like, a lot of people fuck with this fight.
Yeah, I mean, myself, like I said, I mean, basically like if a fighter moves right, they get props. I give them their props.
Salute, Heady Gosling. What it do?
Salute, Heady Gosling.
Hey, yo, Heady guy, what you think about this fight, man? The Tank and the Hector Luis Garcia. Like, I know we about to wrap this up, but is this really a trash fight? Because I think this is a good fight. Just some people they be wanting.
I wish Broadway was on here because man, he would have been lighting you up, Pat. Like,
I would have been lighting him up.
Thank you. See, that's my boy Henny. He said right in the middle.
I mean, as long as he moves on to fight Ryan Garcia, so
and that's the funny part about this. This is an appetizer to the main course, and it's still a damn good appetizer.
That's what dude. And you see what I'm seeing. Like these niggas is like, look, Ryan Garcia got some boxing ability, he got some distance, he got some range. He's over there eating over there with Gosen, he's learning. Let's fight another boxer who's taller, same physical dimensions. Might not hit as hard, but he's easily a better boxer. And let's see if we can handle him, exploit his flaws, this, that. And then we move on to the guy who's more dangerous. Like, somebody literally said, look, we're going to give you a fucking a Philly cheesesteak, and then in 2 hours, we're going to give you a filet mignon. Like, that's a win-win, right? Like, I feel like that's what we're getting.
Yep.
If we get a good appetizer, a good meal, then we're going to get even better one more later. Like, but see, at least Eddie God ain't really damn shit on the fight, though.
Like if you told me, man, say I'm gonna give you a ribeye, but first I'm gonna give you some calamari. Like, I ain't gonna complain. I'm like, oh, that's great. I love calamari.
Cool. Just bring on the hot sauce and we good. And some ranch and whatnot. But this nigga damn Pat and Pilot, they gonna flip over the table and say, nah, fuck that nigga. Where's my goddamn ribeye? Where's my ribeye? And I'm just chill.
In my case, this is what happens when I see fighters not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that's the whole reason I lose. That's where I lose my tolerance.
You're looking. I look at this. This is basically a reward for Hector Luis Garcia. He's had some good fights, and now he's getting a payday. Like, what the heck?
Gee, see, honestly, you know what it is, God? I don't think a lot of people look at that aspect of boxing where a guy could be doing this thing and he gets rewarded with a good fight. Like, we want that for Fedora, but we didn't want that for no one else. And then now, even with Fedora, we're like, nah, he need to fight Tony Harrison. This motherfucker gonna be this Dylan White in 154 suit. He gonna have all the good wins, and it's like, God damn, why he not the champ? And this is, and that's just crazy. Like no one can't earn big fights no more because someone's always gonna be complaining.
Well, the Fundora fight for the Tony fight's a good fight for Fundora. I like that.
I mean, it's good, but I'm looking at it like, dude, that's a dangerous fight when you done cleared out a division to get a fucking title. That's why I'm saying that's a bad fight. Dude, Fundora is getting tougher fights, and he might very well lose to Tony Harrison, and that's it. So for me, I'm saying that's a bad fight for his career.
Well, if that happens, go blame Alicia Baumgartner because she's the one that got that fight made.
Yeah. I mean, but that's how you gotta do. She on the same team with Harrison. You look out for your brother, you look out for your sister, you look out for your peoples.
Right.
So she did the right thing. If I'm Fodor, I'm looking at it like, yo, how many niggas I gotta beat till like, yo, I just wanna chill. Let me fight a cab driver or two before I get my title shot. Cause it's ridiculous. Like how many niggas I gotta beat like Garcia. Like this nigga just be Lubin. Like god damn, not Harrison. So like but yeah, man, I think people just missing that aspect of somebody looking good with it, doing it right, and he gets a big fight. Like I'm proud of Hector Garcia. I'm happy for this guy. So I don't know. It just seemed like niggas just more fuck Tank than hey hip hip hooray Garcia.
I mean, that's really what it's all about. If we're being completely honest.
Yeah, like it is.
And I said I'm hypercritical of Tank, so because I don't like how he moves. So
and when you preface it like that, you see how it comes off, right?
Yeah, like
I do it for a lot of other fighters. That's how I am. Tank is not that special.
It's not about being special. But when you're prefacing it with I'm highly critical of Tank, it's like you're
not being genuine. Like you're already shitting on the conversation.
Well, yeah, no, because I like I said before, I don't believe in that. What super feathers being used as fodder for lightweights. I do not. I said it before.
Define fodder, though. Like
I said it for Ika Cruz.
It's like we've become conditioned to accept it. So
like I don't even like that.
Because like first of all, y'all saying fodder.
Honestly, that term is disrespectful to Hector Luis Garcia, calling him fodder. Like,
it's also
exactly. Dude, you talking?
He deserves this. He deserves a chance. Good for him. He deserves the payday. But he's not a true lightweight, and he's fighting a lightweight. That's all. There's no argument to that.
Man, I bet you if Tank fought Gary Russell at 135, he'd be hip hooray about Gary.
I wouldn't like that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. You know Pat would be hip hooray that Gary got a payday. Like
that's
he was dragged up from feathers.
Here's the thing: I don't really care about their paydays. You do. I don't.
No, you happy that Gary's getting this type of fight? Like you be happy for Gary. Come on now.
If Gary was in a situation where Gary comes up to lightweight, and I mean it would still be some bullshit because Gary's coming off a loss. And he's especially, I wouldn't like.
Never fought it.
I'm not saying in this situation. Like
I'm saying, Gary's never fought at 130 before. So for me, when I was hearing the prospects of it, because it's in DC, and that's where he's, the area they're from. I didn't like it. I like the Garcia fight better than the Russell personally, but.
But like I said, I mean,
I think it's happy.
I've already said the fights.
Man,
I mean, I've actually said the fights that I actually do like. I would actually accept Tank facing, like, as I always said before, at 130 and 135 and 140.
But you couldn't name no realistic fight that got happen. Everybody's busy or just fought.
If Tank wanted to mess around with 140, PBC has a 140 contingent. I'd be more.
So since he can't make a fight at 135, you would rather him go back to 140?
Hey, he showed that he can knock out this 140 person and bury us. Why not?
Oh my god!
Damn, dog, you be having such disingenuous conversations.
You sound so insincere. Like
well, I said before. I said, did he want to fight? The other Gary Russell? Did he want to fight Matias? Like PBC has a 140 contingent. I rather
you want him to fight Gary Antoine before fighting Ryan Garcia. Like,
well, number one, I think I don't think much of Ryan Garcia. I don't. So it doesn't really matter to me what it is paid at, whatever. I don't think,
dude.
I don't
swear,
think it's his hardest competition. So it's whatever.
This is hilarious to me.
Like I swear, some of y'all, I just don't want y'all like don't do management for boxers or be advisors because the shit y'all be saying. Yeah.
Like when I heard nonsense about rolling, when I heard about the whole LSC, about Barrios, like you lose your patience with certain fighters very quick. And I lost my patience with Tank a while ago. I lost my patience with Ryan Garcia. So it's like, yeah, good for him.
Wait. LSC didn't get dragged up. He already fought a fight at 130. So, but whatever. I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah, niggas don't want to be held accountable to that shit.
Yeah, but like I said, when you hear me say I like a Tank fight, that means it actually means something.
Oh, so you're basically staying on code. Okay, good to know.
Well, I'm staying consistent. Not consistent. It's not because it's very consistent.
Consistent negative Nancy.
Without me being consistent, then my opponents can be picked apart.
Calling somebody who's like top 3, top 4 in their division cannon fodder is like, wow, a champion at that. He probably had the best year of his career.
Well, I just hope that he can actually challenge Tank and he actually beats him in a manner that makes me eat my words. That's all I can say.
No, I don't want him to beat him now because I don't want to ruin the Ryan fight. But
yeah, and that's the thing. I honestly feel like Hector Garcia has a chance. He could beat Tank. Watch the fucking Barrios fight again.
Ugh.
He said, like that was a horrible fight. Like I said, look. Watch Klitschko Sultan Ibrahimov. Like,
I actually think that Garcia's style will kind of like get Tank frustrated at times.
Exactly, and the thing is, Garcia, he's a boxer, but he's not a spoiler boxer. Garcia will put hands on you.
Yeah. Garcia is a pretty technically sound fighter.
Like you remember when?
But he's a fighter who boxes, though.
Remember when Tank fought Fonseca and got really, really frustrated? That's what I'm thinking. Like that type of frustrated. Like Garcia is way better than Fonseca. So
I don't think he'll get frustrated like that. It's a Tank. He's a different fighter from that.
Well, Fonseca was because that was the one where he fucking dropped his belt on the scale. So there was a whole bunch of shit going on with that fight.
And I think Garcia, like, if he could just keep him at a distance, he could kind of do what Barrios was doing at times. Catch and take when he come on in. But yeah, he definitely in this fight. Like, I feel like Tank has this like maybe like a 60-40.
It'll be a good fight.
Yeah. Well, a good fight according to some.
I just hope that I'm proven wrong. Garcia beats Tank, and I'll go on when we recap it. I'll admit I'm 100% wrong. I have to.
Yeah, see, you gonna bring that upset energy. Watch, and we're gonna be talking about Garcia versus Garcia.
Like when people tell me something that I know it's something is not right. It's like I have to hey, I gotta see it. I gotta be proven wrong. If something like if Garcia beats Tank or gets to the point where even they say, hey, that Tank got the gift, I'll admit that I am 100%. I was wrong. I can do that. But if this nigga out here gets bodied in 2-3 rounds, then I'm sure as hell I'm gonna bring up Ramirez and Cruz again.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when's the last time Tank bodied somebody in 2 or 3 rounds? He's been like having to work for all his fights lately.
For different reasons. I mean, was the
oh god, dude, the nigga came like, look, the goalpost is like nailed down shut. Like, chill, like.
Well, I mean, yeah, Tank went to 12 to Gamboa, so I mean, I'm not sure what point you're trying to actually, come across.
Nah, we're not talking about Gamboa. You know, goddamn well, we speaking on LSC onward. This
Well,
nigga
Gamboa lasted longer than Cruz, Barrios, and all them other niggas, bruh. Like that's what we are talking about. So it's not moving the goalpost. You literally
but you know, it was a different Tank at that time. That was Gamboa was the last. Gamboa was the last of the damn non-serious Tank. And see, since Tank has been fighting at a certain level, you can't call him one of these Zab, Billy Joe Saunders ass niggas who's hot and cold. He showed that once he kind of matured and got to a certain level, he kind of staying there and the performances are getting better. He's not looking as fat in between fights. Like, you know this shit, man. It's like Pat just be playing obtuse a lot of times. Like, he does it purposely to debate or have an argument.
Well, preview, I shot on this fight for a very good reason, and I shot on this fight afterwards because of what happened.
Dude, no one liked it because the Gamboa fight was always trash. But then that was also the worst, the most trash version. That was the last trash version we've seen of Tank. Ever since then, they've been more calculative. They're like, look, we're not going to throw you in there with experienced veterans who are old and past it. We're going to throw you in there with inexperienced young guys in their prime to fight you harder, and your talent should beat these niggas. And that's low key. That's what's been happening. But now he's fighting a guy who has like real boxing ability, someone who's talented too, and then someone who has a physicality on him. So I don't know, it's a good fight.
Yeah, he's a dedicated fighter, Hector Luis Garcia. You know.
Yeah.
Disciplined. That's the word. Disciplined. He's very disciplined. No.
I mean, discipline and dedication, they go in the same. They belong on the same street.
Hand in hand, yeah.
Just like hating and bias belong in the same pocket. Ain't that right? But yeah, I'm done. Me and King P, we tired of telling you how good this fucking fight is. So like,
well, we'll just wait until after the recap when things go viral, and then it'll be Pat's time, and I'll have to explain it very clearly.
Yeah, I mean, you won't have to explain anything. If like Hector doesn't even have to win. If he puts up a good fight, then as far as
I'm this proven, yeah.
But I mean, we don't. I mean, last I'm gonna say we don't think this Tank's gonna spark him out in 1, 2, 3 rounds. I mean,
yeah,
he could even do that with Rolly. The fuck.
Yeah. If he sparks him out early, okay, then I'll let Pat Gunn on his soapbox and do what.
Well, I will. There ain't no.
But see, then I gotta see. I can't do that because then I gotta give Tank props for destroying somebody of a pedigree of Garcia.
No, but I'm saying if he chooses to get on his soapbox after that, okay, whatever. But
it'll be whatever. Yeah.
If Garcia makes it competitive for like 6 rounds and then gets knocked out in the 7th, I'm rejecting your deposit if you try to do that.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Yeah, because then I'm gonna be like, well, Rolly, because Rolly took this nigga in the 6th round. It was very, very competitive. To the point, niggas is like,
caveman, like Garcia,
you can outbox him, Rolly. You got Tank up here talking about shut your bitch ass up.
Yes, yeah, it's funny. Tank had a whole bunch of smoke for you on Twitter about that shit.
And then he was just live the other day talking about your jaw still hurt.